Derek Stingley Jr., he is the athlete. LSU 6'1", 195. Very important to know, former wide receiver. I think he has awesome change of direction and supreme ball skills. Plays some man, some zone, good cover guy, and used to playing with no help. So off to play one, he's at the right corner, 3x1. It's definitely one-on-one up top. He rocks back and opens up a little bit. I don't like it, but about 10 to 15 yards downfield, he's in perfect phase with the receiver, proper leverage, using the safety's help, and staying top shoulder. At the end of the play, he definitely relaxes and is a little high on the last break, but I'm not going to complain because they're not throwing the ball on this last play. But as far as your like overall movements, I see definitely a lot of things I can use to work with. This one, he's on number 3, which is like a nickel alignment. I like the alignment. I like the slow pedal. I just think he lacked lateral movement. It's an inside release, inside stem. He's moving a little bit too far backwards. Again, maybe he's tired, not so comfortable in off coverage and zero. Maybe it's a bad matchup, but this play is not really good. So I know there are some concerns. We go to the next play. And we've got right corner, off coverage, and we've got see if your corner can tackle play. You got crack replace. This guy sees the formation. He can see the wide receiver's angle. He sees the QB. He drives on the throw. I think he has really good eyes. This right here can show you he can tackle. This is literally teach tape, crack and replace. And I just want to remember that this is a former wide receiver doing this. And, to only get better at this, I would just tell him to go left shoulder. But this is something that, I can definitely work with. Right corner, he's off in a bunch. I definitely see like pattern matching. He drops off in his zone. He reads his threats. He reads the QB, and he went up like a wide receiver. Except I'm going to tell you, catch the ball, son. But with this, I think he moves very well. His transitions are awesome. And that's literally what you want from a cornerback at that one. Right corner, zero man. On this play, he particularly doesn't pedal, but he has great route recognition. He stays top shoulder. He finished on top. But as far as he can get, them 2 steps back to catch the ball, if he opens his hip and kind of works on that transition a little bit, he'll gain them 2 steps and be that much closer. The glaring problem at this play right here is I got a free safety and the quarterback throws the ball 40, 50 yards downfield. It lands in the middle of the field and nobody catches the ball. Who's in the best position? The corner who's on the field with no help. Right here, I see good eyes and good patience. But again, he needs more lateral movement. Right here, I don't see any. And he's ultimately racing. But again, let's not forget, he's comfortable doing this right now. So he has a great cutoff angle, and he's matched the footwork at the top of the route, which is awesome. And he's literally top shoulder and driving downhill. Most corners are still going to be running the other way off of that vertical release. This guy is more of crossover and running and not so much going lateral like a basketball movement before a turn and run. So he's kind of just missing 1 step in between. So if somebody gets with him and teaches that, I think the potential is even more endless because he's relying more on the athleticism right now as he's learning the position. This is empty and the ball's coming out quick. I think he has good movements and good finish. I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't know the technique that he's got going on right now. They're all in man at the bottom. They're supposed to be doubling the slot. He's running wide open. And but either way, I like the way he finished on the ball. So I'm seeing like a handsy guy that keeps finishing up on the ball. And maybe it's because he played wide receiver. But I think I like what I see on what I can work with. And again, he's in zero coverage. He crossover, turn and run as far as, no lateral movement. He just, as far as open the gate. And nonetheless, his awareness or his receiver skills to adjust for this PBU is telling you, I don't need no help. I think this right here, this play is an NFL pass breakup, and I love the way he finished on the ball. We're at right corner. He's in zero. I don't love the alignment because he is way to the field as far as field 3x1. I think he should really play off because balls are coming early or late, but I don't know if it's his man assignment. He does cross over, but again, he's comfortable with it. He has a jam right at about 5 yards, which is real efficient with his hands. This play kind of tells me that he can definitely play man. I think his wide receiver skill set maybe gives him less flags, but as far as like understanding formation tendencies and stuff, I don't know if he can necessarily play nickel or how comfortable he is in off technique in cover 0 rather opposed to 1 or 2. So his actual comparison, because he definitely needs some work, is Trayvon Diggs. I see this guy as a prototype field corner because he's going to get you the takeaways that you want in your zone coverage, but he also has the man-to-man skills to make plays. With him, I think you need to have a plan, and his potential is unlimited. He will only get better with time. I think he's a steal for anybody who needs help in coverage at cornerback. And essentially, with his potential, he can play any coverage position. But he is your prototype zone corner with the man skills you're looking for in today's NFL.
So Stingley's coming off a Liz Frank injury. You know, as you watch his tape, he was exceptional in his freshman year, a little bit here and there, great tape and bad tape. His sophomore year and then this past year, he struggled. And there's a little bit of effort issues as well. So in the interview process, how would you go about asking him those questions when it comes to the effort from freshman year to junior year?
I think you got to just be honest with him. You know, you got to be honest about what you see on film. We had Bradley Roby in Denver, and he came in as a rookie and just was not a high effort guy. Was not a forgive it out there. I want to play special. I want to play deep. He was behind Champ. He had other guys. Talib was there. But then as his career went on and he got out of that environment, he's gone on to have a really good career, and he's a really good player at this point. So I would think, you don't try to knock him too much because there's other things, but you got to be honest with him. And I think you have to ask him like, hey, what is the reason why? Were you not asked? Because sometimes these kids aren't asked to do certain things. When you're the guy, you're asked to do, okay, coach, I took him out. That's all you asked me to do is take this guy out to play. And I think you got to just be honest with him in the interview process and see what his answer is. And you can tell if he's dodging around it. And sometimes, I think everybody knows, sometimes these guys just don't know how to play hard. It's when you're the man, it's sometimes you're gliding because you get along, and then you get to that last year and you're like, I'm just trying to get to the checks. And I think you just don't know until you get him in camp, and then hopefully you get a guy that with the guys around him and he has the tools that he does really, change in that way if you see it on film. But you got to present it to him in a way where it's on film and verified so he can see it. I think if you're just saying it, you got to see it. So that's how you got to approach it. I think that's part of your pre-draft meeting with him too, is you just put it out there. You don't just, fluff him up. You kind of just give him some of those things too and say, hey, tell me about this, tell me why. And don't, because you can go at them, but I think that's when they get defensive. But hey, what, were you asked to do this? I think they'll be honest with you.